Hello, sports fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, and today we're going to talk about Ricky Renteria, the manager of the Chicago White Sox. Now, in my opinion, the White Sox are starting to cross the street. They're starting to cross the street and go around the corner and get a lot better than they have been. Last year they were 72 and 89, and if you follow the White Sox, or really if you know anything about baseball, you know that prior to that they were absolutely terrible for a few years. So now they're starting to turn the corner. They've signed Grandal, they've re-signed Abreu, they actually went out and traded for Nomar Mazara from the Rangers. So, and they've got all kinds of young guys coming up. Lewis Robert, or Robert, or however you pronounce his name, I don't know. Zach Collins will be on the team potentially next year. Kopech will be recovering from his Tommy John surgery. Near the end of the year, Carlos Rodon maybe actually might come back, and he'll be recovering potentially and pitching for the White Sox at some point in 2020 after recovering from his Tommy John surgery. And you've got Madrigal is going to, probably be up and is expected to be the second baseman. So we have all this young talent coming up. We just signed Grandal. We re-signed Abreu. We went out and got Mazara for the outfield, which we needed, and also another left-handed bat in the lineup. What else can the White Sox do to improve next year? I would submit to you that another thing that the White Sox could do that doesn't involve a single player is get rid of Ricky Renteria and bring in another manager. Because Ricky Renteria is just not going to cut it. I mean, he was fine for, taking the team through the rough years where they were going to be terrible and they didn't have any or very few good players and had minor leaguers in some cases that shouldn't have even been on a major league roster. Yeah, I mean, he was a good caretaker for that time period. But now we're starting to cross the corner, and I think we need to get rid of him. Because he's got, for one thing, he has a .423 lifetime winning percentage as a manager. I think it's 3 years with the White Sox and 1 with the Cubs. And as the White Sox manager, he's .201 and .284 for a .414 winning percentage. And last year, as I mentioned, he was 72 and 89. Now, yes, I know, the White Sox had a terrible team for much of that time. But there were a lot of those games that were winnable. Believe me, I know, I watched a lot of them. There were a lot of games that were winnable, except for decisions that Renteria made. He really treated the team he managed the team almost like he was a AAA manager, and it was his job to let, it was like it was his job to let a hired team see all of the talent that he had and to assess the talent and decide who was good and who wasn't. That's how he managed the team, except you don't manage a major league ball club like that. You manage it to win. And if he was managing to win, there were a lot of games that he could have won that he didn't. So, I mean, how many times have you seen him pull a starter out of a game? The starter was cruising, and he just went to the bullpen. For no apparent reason, he just went to the bullpen. Well, that's okay when you have a bad team. When you have a bad team that you know is not going to win, in some ways it's okay. But now that we're starting to turn a corner and we could improve dramatically, it's not going to be okay. So I think the White Sox would be a lot better off if they fired Renteria and they went out and got another manager. I mean, the San Francisco Giants did it. The Phillies did it. The Angels did it. The Cubs did it. Why not us? Why not go out and get somebody who would be a good manager? And I'm not even going to throw out names because there's no speculation anyway, because apparently the White Sox upper management is fine with Renteria and his very often bad decisions. So he's probably got another year under his belt that he doesn't have to worry about it. Another year coming up where he probably won't be fired, because we're not quite there yet. And I don't know if upper management is waiting until we're really there before they get the manager and bring him in. I hope that that's something that they're talking about, bandying it around, deciding, hey, this is something we got to be thinking about, hopefully. But I haven't seen anything that says he's in trouble, in jeopardy of losing his job for 2020. So speculating on who would take his position is really pointless at this point in time. So we'll see what happens this year. Maybe somebody who would be a good candidate will step forward, will make themselves apparent. Maybe somebody who is managing a team and it kind of underperforms, and they end up losing their job, and then maybe we could hire somebody like that. Who don't, because really, in my opinion, anybody would be better than Renteria. I mean, the guy, he's just an old dude that is trying to do the analytics, and he's messing it up. And he's, and like I said, he manages the White Sox like they're Charlotte instead of Chicago. So, what do you guys think? Especially the White Sox fans out there. You think I'm off base? You think Renteria should be the guy going into the good period that we're hopefully headed for? Do you think that he should still be the manager when we get there, when we arrive? Or do you think that one more year is fine because we're not quite ready yet and some of the young guys are going to need some time to gel and get better and get used to major league play? And so one more year with Renteria is fine, and then maybe let him go? Or, is he the guy? Let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comments section below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you don't think Renteria should be fired, give me a thumbs down. Let me know why. I'd be interested to hear. But I really think we need to get a new manager. And I wouldn't be totally unhappy with seeing it happen for 2020. Although, like I said, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on the subject, but I'd love to hear what all you guys think. So leave a comment. Remember to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, so that you're notified when I have a new video out. But right now, Sportsman Z Bob Zolke signing off.